and stuff. And Palutena can use them as well, not only to warp cancel on, but also to extend her own combos, her own nairs. So we should be seeing a lot of dash attacks, but Adyoru also knows that the attack that beats back, or the defensive option that beats dash attack, is shield. So we're gonna get a nice mix of dash attacks and grabs, I would say. Of course, cross-ups don't necessarily work very well against Pikachu, because Pikachu is a symmetrical character, which means his back air will hit all around him. He doesn't necessarily have a problem with hitting people that are landing behind him. Meanwhile, Palutena has some problems with hitting things out of her shield against small characters. So I'm quite excited to see what Recursi0n will do to get into the zone of this Palutena. We see quite a few counters coming out from Adyoru. I'm not sure if that is the intended input, but you know, whatever works. But so far it hasn't really worked. So I'm excited to see how he will change it up. Ooh, that explosive flame is very scary at this percentage, but Recursi0n notices the little sparkle that appears before the explosive flame and manages to air dodge out of it. Scary situation though, both characters are at 138 and that back throw is gonna do it. So Adyoru takes the first stock and Recursi0n is behind. Now Recursi0n loves to go for these back air 2 frames, so I'm sure we'll see 1 or 2, but as long as Adyoru is recovering high, he doesn't really have a chance to make that happen. Forward tilt from Pikachu is of course not as strong as the Pichu's forward tilt, but it's still pretty good on its own. But you know, a problem we see is that Pikachu has some troubles with killing, so he has to resort to up throws, but at 180%, that's not really a percentage you want to be killing at, I would say. Here we see another one of those counters, which I'm not sure if he has actually hit one, but maybe he was just predicting the Thunder Jolts, and you know, countering the Thunder Jolts can be a nice tool to temporarily confuse your opponent, like, I thought I was throwing Thunder Jolts, where are these coming from? Both players haven't really been able to get much out of their edge guards so far, but I'm sure Recursi0n will manage to get something later. He's kind of known for that, at least in doubles it's kind of felt like that. Here's that down air attempt, which doesn't work, and that's unfortunate, that's an SD, but both, you know, I'm pretty sure Adyoru can still come back from this. There's nothing really terrible happened so far, and if he keeps playing the way he has been playing, then maybe he can still make this back. That's gonna be an up throw, but that's not gonna kill. If it was the top platform, then maybe. But still, Pikachu's secretly a little bit heavy.
Yeah, Pikachu is a lot heavier than people expect. Even though Pikachu, like people think, oh, it's the same as Pichu, and Pichu is very light. It's just that Pichu is surprisingly light.
Yeah, exactly. Pichu is of course the lightest character in the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
But Pikachu is not even in the bottom 10, if I'm sure.
I think so, yeah. Because you also have like Game & Watch, Mewtwo,
Yeah.
Sheik, for some reason.
Yeah, which are literal paper, but
Yeah.
you know. So
Game & Watch is.
yeah, exactly. So what happened is that Adyoru suicided his second stock,
Yeah,
which
I
is
noticed.
very unfortunate.
Yeah, I
but
saw.
you know, he's still in this.
He could do it, like a few nair loops to a good up air string, and just juggling. Oh, juggle Pikachu, that's a nice attempt.
Yeah, but you know, Palutena can do such things. The nair is
Yeah.
a pretty good move. The down throw is a guaranteed combo into back air in later percentages, and you know, we have seen troubles from Recursi0n killing this
Yeah.
Palutena. Ooh, that's no
But
trouble
the dash
at all.
attack, yeah, that's also in doubles you saw that, the dash attack taking stocks.
Yeah, exactly.
It's surprisingly one of Pikachu's better kill options. I play a lot of friendlies with him. plays Corrin a lot to train his Corrin as a secondary. So
I think the Corrin is an interesting pick because, of course,
the sword.
the sword, that's it.
Yeah.
Because Pikachu has a lot of problems getting into those disjoints
Yeah.
with his short moves.
I've heard Recursion speak to lengths about the Fire Emblem characters. Their big swords, safe aerials, and then I just point out, well, you have the speed and the safer aerials to compete with that. But
Yeah, and Corrin is, of course,
well,
not
the
a
fair drag downs. If he was greedy, he sometimes tries to get that side B as well. Ooh, that forward smash, yeah, lingers, large hitbox.
Recursion is currently reading a book and it's called Adyoru, and that's not good to say the least for him.
No.
Well, for Recursion it is, of course, but
He's
it's
feeling
not-
himself.
Yeah, you know, I'm starting to. I'm not really doubting the Corrin pick. I think the
No.
Corrin pick is fine, but I think Recursion is kind of in the head of
He's in his
Adyoru.
head, like
Yeah.
all his options being called out right there.
Yeah, exactly. The normal getup even getting called out by the
Yeah.
back air, and this is starting to look really scary.
Yeah, Adyoru not really being able to use his large hitboxes to get test with Pikachu.
Yep. But you know, we should never count out
No,
a
you
Corrin
can-
player. Corrin.
No, Corrin has like a really good oh, the drag down bear, yep.
Yep, and Corrin's recovery is of course not that great, but
Not the best, no.
Corrin's recovery can be used offensively as well. This up B can kill pretty early, so
Yeah.
I'm not counting
Oh, yeah,
out
the counter.
anyone yet.
The counter.
Yeah, that counter would have killed in Smash 4 probably, but yeah, it's kind of downgraded in Smash Ultimate. But
Yep. Also the side B is not that great. Pikachu,
No, definitely not.
Pikachu already was one of the best characters to punish Corrin's side B kick away, and now with the distance and speed decrease even more so, and just the person is just walking all over Adyoru. Ooh,
Yeah.
again the call out to the fair. With the
yeah,
counter.
Adyoru loves his counter, not only in Palutena, but that's a beautiful stock.
Yeah, that's a beautiful-
neutral B.
Yeah, the Dragon Fang. Well, not
Oh.
the Fang is I think the side B of the sheet call, but
I don't know, but it was a Dragon's Fang. But
it was yeah, kind of his hand. But
so,
that's-
yeah,
And with Recursion taking it to JV3.
Yep. I mean, you gotta respect the Corrin pick.